Welcome to another episode of the Fantasy Flourish. I am your host, Ben. I'm joined by my other host, Matt. This is a separate kind of episodes we'll be doing weekly. So this is going to be surrounding another one of our leagues together. And we're already laying out how to attack a home league, how we play a home league. This is a little bit different. This is a keeper league, and the home league is more so of my family, with Matt included. This is more of Matt's, like, people he went to college with, so it's a little bit separate. So I'm going to kick it to Matt here. I do want to note this podcast is brought to you by Bet Karma, DFS Karma. Shout out to them. Matt's going to run through the settings quickly of this league, and we'll be drafting this league on Sunday, August 28th, so we're going to talk about who's going to draft who and who they kept here.
Yeah, all right. So, like Ben said, keeper league, same settings that everybody else has, full PPR, all that stuff. No kickers, no defense. What else? So, with the keepers, all right, first pick here, somebody kept Jamar Chase in the 4th round. Last year, they picked him in the 5th round, so wherever you draft somebody, they move up around. If you keep a first-round pick, you get to keep them for an extra year. You pick up a guy off waivers, like somebody picked up Elijah Mitchell last year, like that's a no-brainer, keeping him in the 17th round until he dies, stuff like that. It's just keeps it a little more interesting, a little more engaging. Like, obviously, shakes up the draft board a lot because you can't just mock off of, like a typical redraft league, because you got Cooper Kupp going in the 4th round, Chase in the 4th round. Who else is a first-round pick that's late? I think that's probably the only first-rounders, but yeah, makes it a little more interesting, a little more fun. And yeah, so the first year that we're doing the keepers and break down everybody's keepers here, look at their rosters from last year, see if we think they should have done anything different, and then we'll see how the draft shakes out, and probably do some power rankings for this as well as we're going to do for Ben's family league. And yeah, just a little different take on fantasy football. I think everybody here is redraft and daily fantasy and betting, and we haven't really seen anybody review their home leagues and stuff, so we'll just let y'all know in on our fun ride throughout the year.
Yeah, if you're watching the video, we do have the draft board pulled up here with the keepers in it. So we can just start off here with the first pick. I don't know if I know anyone in this league, like, actual, other than you and Hefe himself, right? I think that's the only two people I've met in this league.
And Snake, aka Jack
Burton.
Burton.
Yeah, Jack Burton.
Yeah.
Making an appearance. I don't know why he. Okay, well, we're not gonna get into that. Yes, Snake is in the league as well.
Yeah, Idens too. You've been in a couple leagues with him before, so.
Correct. Yes. I don't think I haven't met him in person though.
No. All right, first pick, Cody Peternitty. So I played baseball in college. Cody played outfield, and I think everybody in this league is all my grade except one person was a year older. I don't know where he's at. K. Burson, 19, 4th pick. He's a year older than us, but everybody else, we all graduated together. So, except Sackett, he's and Idens are a year younger. But
shout out Sackett.
All right, yeah, shout out Sackett. I love you, Chris. All right, first pick. He also, I guess one setting is we randomize a draft order, and whatever number you got to select your draft slot. So I think who had the first pick? Did Snake? So Jack Burton had the first selection, took the 11th pick. We told him to take the 12th so he could get the first pick in the 2nd round, but he thought we were crazy, and he went with the 11th.
He just wanted to make his own decision and not listen to it.
Yeah, so I took the 12th, and I'm going to take 2 players before him that he's going to want, and he's going to rage at us. So, and we'll tell him we told you so. So, good move here, taking the first overall pick since he doesn't have first-round keeper. But, I mean, you can't really go wrong with Jamar Chase in the 4th round and Herbert in the 5th round. I don't think so. Chase in the 4th round is an absolute steal.
Yeah. Yeah. That is a steal. I don't know. I mean, who is he taking, like, in your opinion?
I think it's probably going to be Austin Eckler, right?
Yeah, best available.
At least that's, yeah.
I mean, you start out with Chase in the 4th. Don't really need to get too crazy there with anything else.
Yeah, and what I don't even know what Herbert's ADP is, but I know we're like anti-quarterback early. I don't hate Justin Herbert at all, but just looking at his roster, I guess one guy probably would have entertained keeping. He took Cortland Sutton last year in the 8th round, so keeping Sutton as a 7th round pick,
Yeah,
I
I
feel
would
would
have done that
be
for
a
sure.
steal. And you just
Start out
have like
with those two
two,
receivers.
yeah, like somebody that could be the number 1 overall wide receiver in Chase, and then somebody that could finish as a wide receiver 1 with Russ. But I don't hate Chase and Herbert at all. So
Yeah. All right. Second, this is Jeff, right? Am I
yeah,
right in
this
that?
is he texted me.
Mistakenly picked the second pick.
Yeah, the first fumble he had, he could have taken the 9th pick, but he took second and said, "Can't believe it's still there." And texted me a couple days later. He's like, "Why did I do this?" And yeah, I agree, but
This
it's all
guy's
right. I
changed
mean,
since he moved to Florida, man. It's all
yeah,
different
has a
now.
kid, and
Yeah.
the All-American man. Just he's a changed man.
Yeah. He's too busy grilling.
I,
Could be looking what draft pick he wants.
I mean, Jonathan Taylor. I mean, you're not gonna ever, no matter what pick you get him at, I don't think you're gonna hate that. And then ETN in the 16th is a cheat code. Like, scooped him up last round last year, knowing he's going to miss the entire year, and nobody drafted him, which super smart move. So you have two guys that you could just run as your top 2 running backs, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anybody else that he would have had that like would have more keeper value than keeping Jonathan Taylor, who's number 1 in fantasy last year, and then keeping in a bona fide starting running back in the 16th round. So no issues there.
Yeah. No issues at all.
All right.
Yeah. Third pick here.
Number 3 pick, I will say that keeping the Sun God as a free agent pickup, that's
Yeah, this is
big
this is
time
one
value.
great move and then one not so great move.
Yeah, the Jarvis Land, unless he's just got some in Saints camp that just says Jarvis
Who is this,
Landry's.
by the way?
This is
Who is
Jake
this?
Collinsworth, by the way.
All right, Jake Collinsworth. Comment on this video because we want to know why you kept Jarvis Landry.
Yeah, it's puzzling. Like, he had Kelsey last year that he took in the 2nd, so he could have kept him as a first.
I would rather keep nobody.
Yeah, he could have kept nobody. I'm looking here. It doesn't look like there's anybody else. But yeah, I think keeping the Sun God was good. He had Eckler too. He could have kept Eckler as a 1st round pick, which I probably would have done, especially over Landry. But guess we'll see. Hopefully he knows something that we don't, and Landry just pops off. So maybe I get some Landry shares in your family league.
This has potential to be the worst keeper like ever in this league. Like, if this league runs for the next 15 years, like, we may look back on this and be like, that one year that guy kept Jarvis Landry, like, as a 7th round pick.
I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see.
We will see. We will see.
But right now, like, definitely could have had some other picks in there. I can't judge it yet, because maybe he is the wide receiver 1 overall. Like, I don't know, maybe him and Jameis just have some sort of crab leg connection.
I can surely judge it now, and I don't know, man. I don't know, man. All right.
We'll move on to the next one. Kyle Burston.
K. Burston. This is a fantastic baseball name, by the way.
Yes, it is. Shortstop. So yeah, I mean, even better that he plays shortstop, right? So keepers here, like, I have absolutely no problem with this. Cooper Kupp in the 4th round. Getting him in the 5th last year is a steal. Like, I know that's where his ADP was, but
yeah,
big time value in the 4th.
Most people won the league if they took Cooper Kupp last year.
Yeah, and did he win it, or I can't? No,
I think Sackett won.
Yeah, but I think Kyle might have gotten 2nd. I don't know. I have to go back and look, but him as a 4th round pick is huge. Elijah Mitchell as a 17th round pick. Like, that's massive too. I know he also had Hunter Renfrow, which was his initial keeper, as a 17th round pick. I personally would have went with Mitchell, like he swapped to. Just running back's a little more valuable. You can get receivers a little easier, and having somebody who's supposed to be the RB1, I don't know. Like, San Francisco, as we know, is interesting, but yeah.
No issues here for me either. I like this next number. What are we on? 5 or 6? Number 5.
5, yeah.
5. Yeah, I like the value of Jalen Hurts here think this is good.
Yeah, I agree. Hurts is awesome. Waddle, I like as a 6th-round pick, but I think the only thing that I would change for him, I think he had Fournette as like a 9th-round pick last year. I can't find his team in here. There he is. Yeah, he had Lenny as a 9th-round pick, so he could have kept Lenny as an 8th. Lenny could be an RB1. I know we both are high on Fournette. Maybe I might be a little more down on him just with the offensive line situation, but
yeah, I probably would have kept Fournette
I'm
myself.
I'm not complaining with Waddle as a 6th-round pick though.
No, not at all.
That offense is much improved. Tua, Mike McDaniel, Hill, Gesicki. I mean, they're gonna score, so
yeah,
no problem.
Move on to me with the next pick. McCaffrey, obviously no brainer.
Yeah.
I'm keeping him. Thought about keeping CeeDee Lamb, but went with Ramondre Stevenson. I was going to keep nobody and just keep McCaffrey, but I'm not going to get anyone as good as Ramondre that far down in the draft. I mean, what did I get him? Like, is it like the 13th round or something? 11th?
Yeah. Looking at, I mean, you had AJ Dillon last year that maybe you could kept as an 8th-round pick, but
yeah, that was definitely in play. That was definitely in play.
Yeah,
but he's going
then,
he's going like 6th.
Yeah, so you're going to get more value out of Ramondre than you are out of AJ Dillon.
So it was fairly
but
easy.
But considering McCaffrey as the 6th overall pick, I mean, that's
for sure
a cheat code. So
next guy only kept one player, correct?
Yeah, Joe Bird Diesel, and I like the pick. I mean, James Conner is the 7th. I think his text was he didn't want to keep any of these bums, but he kept Conner as a 7th.
Sounds like a Jack Burton text.
Yeah, Conner could end up being RB1. I think he probably was, right? Was he an RB1 last year?
Yeah, he was top 10.
Yeah, so it's a good offense. I know we don't like Cliff, but if he stays healthy, they should be halfway decent. Until Call of Duty comes out, Kyler can't play anymore. So
correct. Who's next is Tim Idens.
Yeah, Tim Idens
knows what he's
insane
doing,
value.
I think, so
insane value with Penny in 17th round and Elijah Moore in the 8th round. I don't even know who else he could have kept. Let me take a look. Took over for Keegan, which we don't need Keegan around here anyway.
Correct.
Let's see. Najee had Mike Evans as a 3rd round pick, so he could have kept him as a 2nd. Where did he get Dalton Schultz? Added Dalton Schultz from free agency. I guess if you're going to keep a 17th round pick, I don't know though, because Schultz.
I don't think I'd ever keep a tight end unless it was Kyle Pitts or Travis Kelce.
Even as the 17th round pick, I guess. Yeah. I mean, you could entertain it, you could talk about it, but I'd probably keep Penny. If Penny wasn't going to be the guy until Kenneth Walker figures it out in Seattle, then I guess you can keep Schultz as a 17th round pick, but yeah, I'd probably rather have Penny.
Yeah, no issues there.
All right, Matt Meals, aka the Morgue. Anybody that this guy touches, do not draft. Derrick Henry off the list. Michael Pittman, we love him, but get him out of there because they're all going to die.
That's not good for me. That's not good for me. I love Michael Pittman.
I know, I love him too, but it's year after year after year after year that this guy, everybody he drafts just dies. So maybe this is the year that he runs completely pure. Everybody plays 17 games and he scores 1,000 more points than everybody in the league. I hope that's the case because he's had the worst fantasy luck I've ever seen in my life. And it's not just like 1 or 2 years. It's 3, 4, or 5 years. It's insane.
Overall good keepers though.
Great keepers. Great keepers. Let me I'll take a peek to see what he's got. I mean, nobody else really. He had Henry last year, dead. Ridley suspended. Who else did he have? He had CEH. I feel like he had some other guys that he dropped too that I would have to go back and look, but Oh, he had Ruggs too. Because it all happened within like a 24-hour period that Henry's out.
Unbelievable.
Ridley suspended and or Ridley said he wasn't going to play and then he was suspended and then Ruggs with that unfortunate thing, but yeah. Uh, Sackett here. I mean, Mixon is a first round pick. That's probably where you're going to get him anyway. So again, another good move, knowing he's got a first round keeper, going to go towards the back end of the draft, get an early pick in the second round. Gabe Davis as a 17th round pick is insane value as well.
Yes, fantastic pick.
There's probably nobody else that he had that I would have even entertained keeping.
Right.
Like he had Mike Williams. Mike Williams, as he had him as a 9th round pick last year. Maybe I keep him over Mixon, take him as an 8th round pick, and then take a pick towards the beginning of the draft. I think he'd have been able to get the second pick. Yeah, he would have. Maybe I do that, but again, no issues with it.
None at all. Jack Burton, no issues with no issues with his keepers either.
No, none. I mean, Jefferson we think is going to be wide receiver 1.
Yeah,
Javonte,
great.
if it's a 65-35 split, I don't think it's going to be. I think it's probably going to be like 55-45, but
It might not matter anyways.
No, I mean, he's so good that he's for sure like in the RB1 discussions.
Yeah.
Then myself,
Bring us
I
on
went
home
back
here.
I went back and forth with this. Akers was a no-brainer for me as a 15th round pick. I mean, you can lock him in as like their new version of Todd Gurley. I don't think he's like going to put up those numbers, but I think they're going to run him into the ground. Like they've shown that they will. They're running backs. And then what was I between? I was between Debo and there's somebody else too. I thought, was it Debo and Swift?
Yeah, I think so.
I think
don't know.
Swift
The value
is,
with Debo is too good though.
yeah,
At the pick.
yeah. Swift, I could have kept as a second round pick, but he could potentially be there at the 112 or the 2-1. So I'm good with there. I like the back end of the draft this year. I like the 1, 2, or 3, or like 11 or 12 more than I like. Some years I like the 4th, or some years I like the 8th, but I think that you're going to get a lot of values. I think I had like the 3rd or 4th choice, so I took the 12th pick. So yeah, we'll see where we end up landing with all these teams, and like we said, we'll get some power rankings out and review this league every week.
Correct. Yeah, we'll be doing a weekly episode for this as well. Preview the matchups for the week in review, stuff like that. So if you're watching this, follow the channel. We're just starting this channel, so subscribe to the channel. That would help us out. And we'll see you guys after the draft.